I decided to do a little intro after having an awesome time in LA shooting a new short film. And for context, I have a bunch of these 333 episodes shot and cut and just sitting in a folder on my desktop because if a major synchronicity happens to me, I want to be able to just go with it, shoot it, and stick it in the playlist. With that said, I shot the Bang the Drum Slowly episode you're about to watch about a month ago, but it's really stuck with me. One of my favorite literary quotes is, "I wish I could read all these books again for the first time." Where that quote came from, I can't remember, and not even the AI gods or my own AI agent that I built can find the origin of it. So if anyone knows the answer to that, can you please put it in the comments? But what does the quote really mean, and why does it roll around in my consciousness endlessly when I look at all my bookshelves? I think it's mostly about trying to relive magic new experiences we have in our lives and that have left indelible marks on who and what we became. And certainly there are many, many books that do that, including Bang the Drum Slowly, and that one did it for me. But the quote isn't just about books. Like all great books, it's one of the great metaphors for life itself, and that's what makes it such a good quote. Okay, as I mentioned, I just shot a new short film, and it's titled OMNI, and you can see that film in a link in the description. I wrote a much shorter version of the film years ago, and I put a scene from OMNI in one of my own books, which has like 150 scenes in it. But recently, I expanded the world of OMNI to fit the actors I had coming to my on-set, on-camera class where we shot the movie last week. Since I shot OMNI, which takes place at a fictional birthday party, my partner Tom Simmons and I have had our own real birthday party, which our actors threw for us. Now I get asked all the time how I decide to take the projects that I take and that I shoot, and I think this Bang the Drum Slowly episode might explain some of that. A few days ago, I had a long talk with a friend, an actress this time, that I haven't seen in 15 years. And like about 97% of actors, she eventually quit the film business and moved away from LA, and I think that was a really smart move for her. But it's still brutally hard, and now she claims that there are days when she really regrets it. She was one of the original company members back in the mid-1990s and came with me when we moved locations and we built the Atwater Playhouse, where I was owner and artistic director from 2005 to 2023 until we lost the theater due to COVID. That theater was the creative valhalla for literally thousands of actors, writers, and directors in the 19 years it was open, and maybe one day I'll be brave enough to tell that story. Okay, and finally, right before I shot OMNI, I lost another one of my close friends from back when I was a real professional cyclist, William Todd Buckley. Rest in peace, my man. And I'd like to dedicate this episode to him. I don't know anyone who didn't want to hang out with Todd or didn't smile when they saw him roll up to the group ride. I think this is the 7th 333 episode I've posted now, and I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who has been so encouraging, and I'll keep doing them, and maybe one day we'll crack the YouTube algorithm and share the 333 experience with everyone out there who also wakes up at the bewitching hour with a fascinating realization. Hope you enjoy the Bang the Drum Slowly episode, and maybe you can help me figure out why I can't shake it. I played baseball in college, and one of my favorite books back then was Bang the Drum Slowly. The book is set in 1955, and it follows the best team in baseball as they go through an entire season and try to win the World Series. Now, this is when baseball really was the American pastime, and in every big city, the most important thing was how their team was going to do in the upcoming season. But that's not what the book is really about. What it's really about is friendship, teamwork, and being able to appreciate the beauty and majesty of the moment without getting completely caught up on the final goal and letting that dictate your happiness. Back then you had to actually read a lot of books in college, but I read Bang the Drum Slowly because I wanted to. In fact, when I was thinking about doing this episode, I realized that my first feature film, The Hard Road, it's that movie poster behind me, is almost identical in structure to Bang the Drum Slowly. Now the plot is a little different because it follows a professional cycling team through an entire year, but the structure is nearly the same. And I'm going to talk about story structure in a completely different video. Now, Bang the Drum is told through the eyes of the best player on the team, a pitcher named Arthur, as he tries to navigate the season and earn a big bonus so his wife can have a new house. Anyway, stick with me, there's a payoff coming at the end that has to do directly with filmmaking. In the very beginning of the book, Arthur learns that his roommate and best friend on the team, Bruce, who is just a backup catcher, has got cancer and he's gonna die at some point during the season. He's probably gonna make it through the year, but Bruce doesn't want to be sent down or go to the minor leagues or have anything happen where he gets fired, and so Arthur does something really special. And this leads to the hook of the story. Arthur negotiates his own contract in a way that makes sure Bruce can't be sent down for any reason, and they can't fire him if his batting average drops or he gets hurt or anything like that happens. I mean, this would be like Shohei on the Dodgers negotiating his own deal so that the team keeps Kike Hernandez. Sorry, no offense, Kike. Now, the manager of the team is named Dutch, and when Arthur asks him for this special deal, Dutch knows something shady is up. But Arthur is nearly always the smartest person in the room. Dutch can't figure it out. Dutch needs Arthur, and so he agrees to the deal. And this brings us to the most important allegory and life message of the book. Arthur's hero's journey is to learn that winning isn't everything, even when you're paid to do it. So here comes the payoff to filmmaking. A long time ago in Hollywood, it wasn't always about winning. And winning in Hollywood is always about the money. What I've learned in my own life is that your friends, the path you're on, and being able to appreciate the moment is way more important than the winning. Now, don't get me wrong, this doesn't mean that I believe every single person on the set shouldn't be paid what they're worth. But what it does mean is if you can't be on a pro cycling team or a World Series winning baseball team, or star in a $100 million movie, get rich and famous, get an invite to the Oscars, have the world at your feet, that doesn't mean you shouldn't get up every day and do what you love. If you want to act, do that. You want to write, do that. This is the best time in history to do either of those things. One of my favorite quotes from Bang the Drum is that by the time you're old enough to have more sense than power, you've already pissed away the most exciting days of your life. So if you're looking for a video series on how to use a camera or tech reviews on editing software, this probably isn't going to be the channel for you. But if you want to know why the overlords are terrified of you finding your own voice and not getting caught up in the rat race every day just to make rent, I'm going to try to come up with some things that I think will help. Okay, as always, just put in the comments what you want to see me cover and I'll try to talk about those in the upcoming videos. Thanks for watching.